Hi, it's Musolini, the Merchant of Success. Welcome to this episode. Another recording on how do you make or how can you make this coming year the best ever, or this year your best ever, depending on when you're listening to this. I've been doing a series of videos on how to make exactly that. One of the questions that popped up was, hey, I have 2 jobs. What's the best way to balance the jobs? And the other question in relation to that was, do you think it's a good idea or not? So this is what I think. Number one is there is no straight answer between, to say that this is black and white on how to balance, because I do not know the exact circumstances. I don't know whether it's half day or full day. So I'm not able to tell exactly. So if I was sitting with you across the table coaching you, it would be much easier for me to understand. But let me give you some broad ideas on if you have 2 jobs. One is to focus. When you're at a particular job A, focus on particular job A. Do not start worrying about job B, because then, or the other way around, you're on job B and you're worried about job A. Then your concentration levels will be very low and you won't offer your very best on either job. So you need to think through clearly in terms of, now that I've gone here, I'm going to give my 100%. Otherwise, then you might lose one of the jobs. 2 is to ask yourself, if you have these 2 jobs, why do you have these jobs? Most probably it's because you're not earning enough on one of the jobs. So my personal view, and again, it's just a personal view, the ideal is to have 1 job rather than 2. But what can you do in the meantime? So in the meantime, if I were you, I would also be doing my very best. Then any free time I have is to ask myself, how can I make myself so valuable at this workplace? So there are 2 options. If you love one of the jobs, you say, okay, how can I make myself so valuable to get double the amount that I'm being paid, so that you focus on that 1 job. So this is the trick I would use if I were you. I go to my manager or owner of the business, whoever it is, say, okay, so what do I need to do to make sure that I make myself so valuable that you double my pay, the amount of money you're asking? But that's a great tip for anyone, whether you have 2 jobs or 1. Ask the person what then individual needs to do to double. And if any of my staff, by the way, none of them has ever asked me, if any of my staff ask me that, I have straight answers to that. So that's, then once you know that, because for you what you consider valuable may not be valuable to the other person. So that's trick 1. Then if you notice that is not feasible, then during your free time you can look for other jobs out there that can pay you double. But remember, don't just follow the pay. I always advise people, especially those who are starting out, go to a place where you know you're going to learn as much as possible. And my personal experience has been that when you go to startups, smaller businesses, you're more inclined to learn so much than when you start off with a big corporation. Because with smaller businesses, you find one person is doing 3 different jobs, so to speak, because usually it's understaffed, and therefore you find you have to juggle so many things. So in the process, you learn so much. So knowing what I know now, if I was to go back, I'd look for a smaller business where there are multiple things to learn, especially when you're in your 20s. Then that makes you a well-rounded individual. So look for a job that pays you well, but also where you can learn. If you're just starting out, it's where you can learn the most. Now, the other option that I would also look at, because I'm not a big fan of multiple jobs, though in the developed world, I understand you find someone who has like 3 jobs juggling between the 2. So in the end, you might experience a burnout. So you may also consider that when you have any free amount of time, you start considering having a side business to supplement your income, such that at least you have your 1 job where you're working, and then in the evening, wherever you want to go, the ideal is to at least have a job and then a side business, so to speak. So my recommendation, if I were you, would be to look for a job that is satisfying, that pays you what you want, and also you can learn. But in the meantime, figure out a way to deliver the very best such that your pay can be boosted up so high that you don't need the second job. So I hope that serves you. And if there is someone, if you're watching this and you know the person who asked this question, you can add some comments below. What advice would you like to give to this particular person? If you were the one, what would you do? Do you think it's a good idea to have 2 jobs? And if this person still has 2 jobs, what's the best way to balance? Or what's the best way to get that one great job that she can focus on? All right, if you want to engage me further as your coach or keynote speaker, motivational speaker or trainer, you can drop me an email, info@ethanmusolini.com, or call me at +256 772 936361. And of course, you're welcome to also check out my websites, ethanmusolini.com and succeedingdaily.com. Sign up for my newsletters. That way you'll keep up to date with whatever I'm posting. Okay? So you can also follow me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Ethan Musolini. Like my Facebook fan page where I post inspirational stuff. That is at facebook.com/Ethan Musolini. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I would encourage you to subscribe to this channel. There should be a link that says subscribe, so please subscribe to the channel so that you can receive this awesome content. Share, like, comment, let me know what your thoughts are, because I know I don't know everything. And till then, I'll see you in the next video.